Hello students, in this video I'll be explaining to you chapter number 2, that is
The Magic Shop. Let's read. On the day before Ravi's birthday, his father decided to take Ravi shopping to buy him a birthday present.
Dear students, as you already saw, the name of the lesson is The Magic Shop. Now you know that the word magic means jadoo, which does not really exist, which is not there in the real world. Magic is just imaginary, it is just in our minds. We may watch it in the movies, we may watch it in cartoons, but actually, magic is not a real thing. So, let me also tell you that in this chapter, whatever examples I give you, whatever images I will be showing you, will not be exactly like the ones shown in this lesson.
As they were driving along, Ravi saw a shop which had the name The Magic Shop.
Up till here, I hope you have understood each and everything. On the day before Ravi's birthday, his father decided to take Ravi shopping to buy him a birthday present. Very easy to understand that it was Ravi's birthday, that means on the next day, and on the previous day, he and his father, as you can see, they are sitting in the car, they are driving along. Now, what do you mean by driving along? They were driving along the streets, or you can say near the streets, looking out for a shop from where Ravi could buy his present. And so they happened to see a shop that says the magic shop, as you can see in the image over here. So, looking at the name itself, Ravi immediately told his father,
Stop, father, stop,
He cried out.
I want to buy my present here.
They went into the shop, and Ravi held his father's hand tightly because the shop was strange.
Now, from here, you can understand that at first Ravi was very happy and very excited because he saw the name the magic shop. He immediately told his father that I want to buy my present from this shop itself. But what happened was, you can see over here, they went into the shop and Ravi held his father's hand tightly because the shop was strange. What did Ravi do? He held his father's hand tightly. That means caught his hand very tightly because the shop was, you can say in Hindi, Ajib or Ajibo Garib. It was also scary.
He saw green and pink masks on the walls.
As I told you earlier, we have come across this word just now. He saw green and pink masks on the walls. Now, dear students, this is a time of the corona pandemic. So, I don't want you to get confused. So, let me show you. This is an example of the mask that we are talking about in this chapter. It is not the mask that we are wearing nowadays, but this kind of a full face mask. Now, I do not want to show you a proper mask that we are talking about in this chapter because some of you may look at the masks and also get scared. So, I don't want to scare any of you. So, this is an example, but over here we have green and pink masks that were on the walls. That means nobody was wearing these masks, they were only kept on the walls.
The masks rolled their eyes and put their tongues out at him.
Now, what do you mean by rolled their eyes? For example, just look at this cursor. The cursor is over here. Just imagine that this is the eye. Now, the masks automatically rolled their eyes. That means it was not in one place. It could have gone from right to left, maybe from left to right, or maybe towards the behind side also. And it could also turn in this way. So the eyes were automatically rolling, and also the tongues were being put out at him. At whom? At Ravi.
Ravi was scared but very excited.
As you can see here, there are two things. Ravi was scared. वो डरा हुआ था, but he was also very excited. Excited, that means he was really happy, he was really enthusiastic. That means he was waiting to see what else is there in this shop.
He also saw clay masks that talked to each other and wooden animals that ran up and down a shelf.
Over here, he also saw clay masks. Now, what I showed you was maybe of plastic or maybe of paper, but he also saw masks that were made of clay, or you can say mitti, that talked to each other. And there were also wooden animals. You can see there are wooden animals over here that ran up and down a shelf. What do you mean by the word shelf? You can see this like a cupboard over here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 partitions over here. Here also you have 1, 2, 3, 4. In this you have 1, 2, 3. So all these kinds of cupboards are known as shelves. So what was happening was all these animals were moving up and down. They were changing their places. Maybe this wooden rabbit would come here or it would come here. Maybe this wooden lion would go down or it would come on top. So this was what was happening in the magic shop.
Rainbow-colored balls that changed places as if juggled by a juggler.
Over here we have this thing called rainbow colored balls. Now for this thing also I do not have the exact example, but I can show you some images over here. Maybe the rainbow colored balls looked something like this, or maybe they looked something like this, or maybe this, or maybe this. Now let us go back to the lesson. Rainbow colored balls that changed places as if juggled. Now what do you mean by the word juggled? I'll show you an image over here. You can see this person is throwing the balls in the air. It is coming from here, going to this hand. Again from this hand it goes to this hand. Again in the air, and this keeps on turning. So this is known as juggling. You can take example of these images. Maybe they would change places over here, or maybe they would change places in this way, or maybe it would also have a circular motion. So this was what was happening with the rainbow colored balls that changed places as if juggled by a juggler. A person who juggles is known as a juggler.
Silver bells that rang on their own, and golden marbles that moved in circles added to the magic.
All this is easy to understand. Over here we have one word, marbles. Most of you will be knowing this. Most of you also use this. These are balls that are made of glass. Colorful balls. You can see this example also. These also are known as marbles. So over here there were golden marbles that moved in circles, and it added to the magic. That means there was magic in the whole shop, and adding to that magic were all these things: silver bells, rainbow colored balls, golden marbles. So all these things were totally magical.
The toy guns in the cupboard went pop by themselves, while the toy drums went boom boom.
Now students, please watch this video. I won't play the full thing. In this video you can get a clear example of what the toy guns mean.
Just a nice sanded piece of wood for the butt of the rifle, a long stick on this end with a cork and a string on it, and then they've got this little piece of plastic cylinder. And I have I guess she was 6 when she got it, and she plays the heck out of this thing. All you do is pull real quick,
Dear students, please watch carefully what he does right now.
and the pop gun pops.
I'll play that again for you.
All you do is pull real quick, and the pop gun pops. To re-trigger it, pull it back, seals the cork, and you can do this over and over.
So I hope you heard that sound carefully. That sound is known as popping sound. So that's why it is said over here, the toy guns in the cupboard went pop by themselves. Now somebody has to be there to move the things. But over here it was all happening by themselves. That means even the guns were working on their own. While the toy drums went boom boom. Now what do you mean by this word boom? I'll show you an example of a toy drum. When you hit on this hard, you get a sound that is a booming sound. Over here we have popping sound. Over here we have booming sound.
Ravi was thrilled.
Thrilled means he was very excited and very happy.
Suddenly, Ravi saw the perfect birthday present. The rainbow-colored balls that changed places.
I already explained to you about the rainbow colored balls, but over here the word is given suddenly, achanak. Ravi saw the perfect birthday present. What do you mean by perfect? The one that is the most correct one, which was suiting him, the one which he liked the most. He wanted that for his birthday present. The same thing that I explained to you, rainbow colored balls that changed places.
Daddy, I want those,
He said, pointing to the balls.
Pointing means ishara karte hue. He was pointing his finger.
His father did not answer, but tried to drag Ravi out of the shop.
Now over here something very different happened. His father did not answer. That means when the boy told his father that I want those rainbow colored balls, his father did not speak a single word. But he tried to drag Ravi. The meaning of drag is ghasitna. You know, children, sometimes when you don't listen, when you want to stay in one place, your parents have to pull you out of that place. For example, if you go to this kind of a shop and if you like everything, and if your parents do not want you to buy anything from there, they may try to pull you from there. That means they may try to drag you. So that is the meaning of drag.
The strange-looking shopkeeper, with pointed ears, suddenly picked out a box from the air with Ravi's name on it and gave it to him.
Over here it is saying the strange looking. That means अजीब दिखता हुआ shopkeeper with pointed ears. Now most of us have ears that are round in shape. You can see Ravi's ears. Even your own ears will be round in shape. But this man had pointed ears. You can say nokila in Hindi. You can see from here it is pointed at this part. Even this ear is pointed. So this is not a human being's ears. You can also see he has a long nose, not like ours. It looks something really different. And what did he do? He picked out a box from the air. That means it was not even a shelf, not even a cupboard. That means maybe it magically appeared over there, or maybe it was floating in the air. So he picked out a box which had Ravi's name on it. Now we saw over here that the shopkeeper did not speak to Ravi at all. Even Ravi did not speak to the shopkeeper. So how did he know that this boy's name is Ravi? So we can say that everything magical was happening over here.
"Here are your toys," he said,
How much do I have to pay?
asked Ravi. Nothing, said the man. It's a present from me to you.
Now, why did the man give this as a present to Ravi? The man already knew that Ravi has come to buy a particular gift because, first of all, the box had his name, and even the present was not to be paid for. That means it was free of cost.
Ravi's father looked very angry and tried to take away the gift from Ravi.
Now, students, you may think over here, why did the father look angry and why did he try to do this thing with Ravi? Now, just imagine yourself being in this situation. Imagine that you are Ravi, and if your parents see that something like this is happening, that everything magical is going on, there are masks on the walls which are looking scary, things are moving here and there, the colored balls are changing places, and suddenly a man appears who has long ears, who gives a present, that too a box from the air, and all magical things are happening, and overall the present was free of cost. That means something is wrong over here. That's why his father got angry and he tried to take away the gift from Ravi.
But Ravi held on to it tightly. Suddenly, the box burst open with the sound of crackers going off, and nothing could be seen.
Ravi was not ready to leave the box. He was holding on to it very tightly. And suddenly what happened? It burst open. That means fatkar khul gaya with the sound of crackers. That means you can see it was like a small blast over here. The box suddenly opened and there were crackers going off. You know the meaning of crackers is patake. So crackers were going off and nothing could be seen. That means there were no rainbow colored balls in the box.
Ravi woke up with a start.
As you can see in the image also, Ravi woke up with a start. That means Ravi was sleeping. And from this itself you can understand that all this was a dream. Now what do you mean by start? Start does not mean shuru hona. Ravi woke up with a start. Let me give you an example which happens to most of us many a times. Sometimes when you are sleeping, you have a dream that you are falling down from somewhere. And when you fall down, you suddenly wake up completely scared and you don't know what happened. So that is known as waking up with a start. Now, why did Ravi wake up with a start? Because there were crackers. There was a little blast in the box which he was holding.
It was time to get ready for school. He could not wait to tell his friends about his magical dream.
Since he is a school going boy, as most of you are also very excited about such things, he could not wait to tell his friends about his magical dream. It happens with most of you also that when you go to school, you want to talk a lot of things with your friends, you want to share a lot of things with them, something which happens in an extraordinary way, which does not happen with others. So that's it about this story. And dear students, the exercises will be explained to you in a second video because I told you earlier that this chapter has many exercises. So that's it for this video. Thank you dear students. Stay home and stay safe.